Hello. Welcome to Bedtime Bible Stories by FBC. Last time we met, we read the story in the beginning. And I asked the question, what happened at the end of the story? I will give you a chance to remember your answer. You are correct. The angel stopped them from coming back in. Tonight, we are going to read the story about Moses. Let's see what Moses is about. Years after Joseph died, a new Pharaoh ruled Egypt. He was cruel to the Israelites because he feared they would become too powerful. He made slaves of the Israelites who suffered under the hands of the taskmasters. Pharaoh also ordered that all newborn Hebrew baby boys be put to death. Look at this mother. She is so scared for her baby. A Hebrew mother made a basket of reeds where she hid her newborn baby boy. She floated the basket on the Nile River and told her daughter, Miriam, to watch over it. Pharaoh's daughter was bathing at the river's edge when she noticed the basket floating in the bulrushes. He must be a Hebrew baby, she thought. I will raise him and call him Moses. Time passed and Moses saw how painfully the Hebrews lived under Pharaoh. One day he saw an Egyptian whip a Hebrew to death. Enraged, Moses killed the Egyptian. Moses fled to the land of Midian. In Midian, Moses rested by a well. Suddenly, 7 daughters of a priest came to the well to draw waters for their sheep and goats. Soon shepherds came to drive them away, but Moses rescued them. The daughters brought Moses home to help them tend their flocks. Look at that big stick. I'll be running too. One day Moses came up upon a flaming bush. He noticed that despite the flames, the bush wasn't really burning. Suddenly Moses heard the voice of God. Moses, Moses. Here I am, he answered. I know how cruelly my people are suffering in Egypt. I shall deliver them and bring them to a rich and fertile land. Go to the king of Egypt and rescue the Israelites. Lord God, pleaded Moses, please send someone else. God was not pleased with Moses for not trusting him. Your brother Aaron will soon meet you. Go to Pharaoh together, and Aaron will speak for you. So Moses and Aaron went to Egypt and told Pharaoh, the Lord God of Israel said, let my people go. And who is this Lord God? Demanded Pharaoh. Why should I do as he said? I won't let the Israelites go. Pharaoh ordered the Egyptian slave drivers to stop giving the Israelites straw to make bricks. Make them find the straws themselves, he ordered. And the slaves were beaten if they didn't make the bricks. God told Moses to go to Pharaoh again and to warn him that terrible things would happen in Egypt if the Israelites were not freed. And if Pharaoh wants you to prove yourself, tell Aaron to throw down his rod and it will become a snake. Pharaoh called over to his wise men and musicians, and they magically turned their rods into snakes too. But Aaron's rod devoured theirs. Pharaoh still refused to listen to God's command. Pharaoh is very stubborn, God said to Moses. You must warn him that there will be many plagues if he don't listen. Go and meet him by the river and take your rod, then strike the water with it. Moses struck the water and it turned to blood. Pharaoh still would not let the Israelites go. So the plague continued. Frogs, gants, wild beasts, cattle, disease, boils, hail, and locusts. Then God sent a great darkness over Egypt that lasted for 3 days and 3 nights. Then Moses told Pharaoh the final plague. The firstborn of Israel will die. Throughout the night there were great cry in every Egyptian house. But the plague passed over the house of the Hebrews. And they're looking at the door. They hear all the crying. Finally, Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron. Rise up and leave this land, you and all the children of Israel. You are free to go. So all the Israelites packed their possession and began to flee from Egypt. Pharaoh's heart hardened as he watched the slaves leaving for freedom. He changed his mind and sent chariots after them. Those were a lot of people. As the children of Israel entered the Red Sea, the water opened and became walls on either side, allowing them to cross on dry ground. The Egyptian followed them into the midst of the sea. When the Israelites reached the other side, Moses stretched out his hand and the sea returned, swallowing up the Egyptians. Moses led the children of Israel through the wilderness. On their way to Mount Sinai, God protected them and gave them water and a special food called manna. Moses went up to Mount Sinai for 40 days and 40 nights to receive the 10 Commandments. But when he returned, he found the Israelites worshiping a golden calf. Enraged, he smashed the tablets to bits. For a second time, Moses ascended to the mountain. And when he came down, his face shone. The people of Israel accepted the 10 Commandments. God delivered the Israelites into the promised land and blessed them. And that's the end of the story. I have a question. In the story, did the Israelites cross on dry ground or were they walking on muddy ground? I'll be waiting for your answer. Have a good night.